I'm outstanding in my field at the Farm Progress Virtual Experience, and I'm excited today to talk with Mitch Kaiser, Product Manager for High Horsepower Tractors. Mitch, a lot of times when you and I get together and we talk about one of these big Steigers, we're all about engines and we're all about axles and planetaries and power shifts and transmissions. You don't want to talk about that today.
No, we want to talk about the technology and everything, Willie, that we're bringing forward in the new AFS Connect Steiger. So part of this technology, if you notice the 3 stripes on the new AFS Connect Steiger, that first stripe represents all new technology. Easy to use fingertip technology that anybody can use that runs an iPad. That's how simple it is to use. And also about the connectivity, how easy it is to connect to your farm, connect to your consultant, connect to the dealer, and also connect to your other operations or vehicles that are running in the field. And to do that now, with this COVID situation, we have remote display. So if you were running one of our quad tracks today, I could be sitting in my office in Racine, pull up your display and tell you how to change the settings in your tractor and how to run it all day long.
It's as simple as me giving you permission to look at my screen, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and you can, I mean, that's nice because, for example, when it's time to set up for planting or height, speed, whatever,
right.
I don't do it every year, or I don't
Right.
do it for weeks or months. I forget how.
And every year somebody tweaks software to make it a little better. Or there's a new way to plant, so you can load down the software now. The dealer can download it right to the tractor without having to be at the Steiger.
So I don't have to run my tractor into the store or go get a thumb drive to slam it into the 700. Works with the AFS 700 display or the 1200?
No, new Pro 1200.
The Pro 1200
display.
That's that 12-inch monster.
12-inch monster. It's all color, easy to touch screen. Got 3 ways to access it. All color touch. You have a rotary control knob, or you got hot buttons. So you got 8 programmable hot buttons. And whatever you want to do, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, you can push and it'll come up right with the display. And you can put 4 of them in the handle. So just touch it, that operation will take place if you want to go. And you know another nice thing about those buttons?
What's that?
1 button push away from autonomous. So you push 1 button on the new AFS Connect Steiger, it'll make the turn, it'll pick up the next pass, drop the implements, start the air seeder, start the planter, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, everything else is hands-free.
So it'll even make the turn for me?
Yes, sir.
So basically, push the button,
you're done.
Make the turn,
you're done.
And it does it, and I'm done. Yeah. Wow.
So
I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Yeah, program it in, and then the second stripe on there. So you just said, well, what do I do next?
Right.
So a whole new cab, new ergonomics, a new seat, everything, more comfort in the seat. It's also a new sound system and a new air conditioning system. So we changed the pressurization in the cab so it's quieter, also gets more airflow as you as an operator, so you're more comfortable during the day, and then an all new sound system with better speakers and a premium radio in this AFS Connect.
That's a Bluetooth sound system too,
yes,
right?
Sir.
So if I want to listen to my tunes, I can do that.
Right, and 1 button push and you can sync your phone. So it's easy, intuitive, about 3 button pushes away from anything you want to change in the screen.
Nice. You still call them buttons. That's hilarious. They're just sensitive parts of the screen.
Right.
That's okay. We still dial our phones.
Yeah, right. Well, I got voice activation.
Yeah, I've got that too. She never listens. But so when we look at this machine, though, I mean, that's interesting because often you really are concerned about the engine, but this thing allows me to know everything that's going on this machine. And this is a high-end stage 4 machine.
Yes, sir.
Lots of horsepower.
Right.
I need to know what's going on with the torque. Like you've got, if I'm pulling a massive air seeder, I need to know my hydraulic pressures. No big deal. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's right there.
And that third stripe, just what you said, efficient power.
Okay.
So you got 2 ways to transfer the power to the ground now. Cvx Transmission or our power shift. So our power shift has the APM feature. So that 1 button push puts you in automatic mode also in the transmission. So if you want to run our ripper like we're running today at 6 mile an hour, our 875, you hit 6 mile an hour, it's all done. Tractor's going to do all the work for you.
It'll downshift, upshift, keep the RPM where I want it.
And it'll save you about 4 or 5 gallon an hour of fuel. So we can show you that on this tractor too. We had the split throttle design on the tractor. You split them, the tractor's going to run in the most efficient mode.
In that range.
In that range. Push the throttles up, you're going to burn them when you're really full power, burn about 4 more gallon an hour.
This thing is sampling every feature of that tractor every second.
Right, exactly. And then if something shows up, let's say you need an air filter change or something like that, if you give your dealer permission to see all that, he can be preventive maintenance and tell you, hey, you need air filters, we'll have them on the way out or something like this. And also the technology, so the transmission may shift a little slower than you think. He can tell you how to do that right over and put new software across the airwaves back in the AFS Steiger craft.
Right. Well, Mitch, it's been a pleasure talking to you, but now I'm going to take a ride.
That's right.
I'm riding with Nate
McGraw.
Nate McGraw.
High horsepower tractor specialist.
He's a specialist. He's going to give me the 411 on this new technology.
Right. You'll go through that screen like so easy to do, you won't believe it. So he'll take you through all the new technology.
So the plan is to take a ride and then talk to him and then see how it works out. Thank you very much, Mitch. We're talking with Mitch Kaiser from Case IH. He's the product manager for high horsepower tractors.
Man.
Yep. So one thing here, we're fully masked up. I'm with Nate McGraw with Case IH, and we're in the cab now, and we're looking at this AFS Pro 1200 display and all kinds of fancy stuff. Tell me more.
Yeah, so we've got, to your point, let me put it back in park here, all new 1200 display, a lot of cool features we'll go through and walk through. You'll notice as you get in this machine and start to become acclimated with it, there are some similarities to the 700, and that's really going to go from two places. This left-hand area that is configurable, and your run screens at the bottom. Other than that, it's totally different. And when we talk about totally different, there's also a level of simplicity that's built into it, and it's really exciting. So I'm kind of starting over here just to show you some examples of some of the different stuff, the intuitiveness that's built into this. You know, if you want to adjust your remotes, you can come over here and select which one to adjust on the fly. And if you want to get more options, you can expand that out. So all that is done through a UDW or user-defined window here on the 1200, right? I'm gonna slap this forward, you can see a little bit better. Again, a Cvx, this is a propulsion handle, not a throttle. If you come over here to your menu and card page, go into the tractor and come to configurable controls. This is an example of something you can do.
Yes.
Again, everybody likes to set up things differently. If you look at these, you can lock these out by sliding this up and down. You maybe see it better on that one.
Yep, that one. Yeah, so it's dark. I don't see it. Yeah.
Yep. And let's just say hypothetically, you get in the tractor and you like your raise lower to be right here, and I like it to be right here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get in and I'm going to reassign rear valve number 6 to rear valve 1. It goes from purple to red, and you come over here, and then this one is unassigned. Come back up here, and you can make that valve 6, and it goes purple, or you can come back over here, how we had it set up originally, a rear valve 1 and rear valve 6. So you have the ability to reassign levers based on operator preference. Multi-function handle is different. Again, a couple things about it is you no longer wrap your thumb around the bottom like this. You rest your hand right here, your palm right here, and your thumb rests on your gear shift.
And that's your throttle.
This is your shift up and down. So on a power shift, this is shift up and down. On a Cvx, I'm sorry, you can see it'll bounce through your speed sets.
Okay.
And then
do that again.
Yep. Now on a Cvx, there isn't as much to show as far as what this system's capable of as opposed to a power shift. The power shift, you're going to typically adjust a gear and a speed. Right. In this case, we're just changing the speed set point, but it still does show what we've got here. So I got a sequence saved here. So this is saying I'm shifting down into first or F1. It's going to pause while I make my turn, and then when I come back around, it'll shift up into back up into F2. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. It'll populate a little window over here to show me. This is kind of basically saying what's in queue. The next step to happen when I hit this button down here, my step switch, is it's going to downshift into F1. So let's come back here to guidance and our guidance page and see what's going on. So again, you can see the turn is populated. It's getting a little washboardy. We made a few passes through here over the last 2 days.
I think so.
But yeah, so it pops up about 130 feet or so. It pops up and starts to count down. You can leave that up if you want. So we get down here, I'm going to hit this step switch. And the tractor automatically shifts down or changes that speed set. Now again, you can tie everything into this. So in this case, in Roger's instance over there where he's running that 875,
it'll raise up the tool.
It'll raise the tool up. It could raise the hitch up if you were doing that. All that different stuff. It has the capabilities of doing. So when you're talking an autonomous vehicle, Essentially, we're one button push autonomous right now, with the ability to turn and then shift, downshift or change your speed sets and raise your implement in the back. A lot of really cool stuff here.